Wow. Oh, wow. Massive change, massive shifts. I'm just going to say that straight up. And you're already feeling it. You're in the thick of it. You're in the eye of the storm right now. I understand that. There are 5 major cards of change in the major arcana. For me, anyway, as a reader, I always see the big five. I call them the big 5. One of them is death. The other one is the Wheel of Fortune. I've been seeing those a lot. Death and the Wheel of Fortune. But there's also the Tower, Judgment. Sorry, the Wheel of Fortune's there. The World. The World is the other one, sorry. So Death, the World. I've been seeing those 2 quite a bit. But the Tower, Judgment, and the Wheel of Fortune, those are the other 3. And you've got 3 of them here. If you want it, if you're ready to go for it, if you're ready to do this now, you can have that change. But I will remind you, especially because someone still, I'm always surprised when people say this on my channel. I don't get it. Is this a good month or a bad month? It's neither. It's how we make use of the energy, how we're going to use that energy. And if you want it, it's there for the taking. It's a massive change. Let's get one more for that Tower. Oh, that one. You can't make this shit up. I had a feeling the whole mix up with the World and the Wheel of Fortune. There it is. 2 massive cards of change. Now, interesting, because the World can be transitional. The World can be transitional. And yet, after the World comes in the Fool. Because that's where we're ready to take a leap of faith now into something new. That new journey, whatever it is, and I feel like it's already kind of begun for you, though you haven't seen the physical manifestation of it. Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles says that. So I want to just make something clear. These 2 are kind of past-based energy. That's the energy that we're coming in with. This is a present-based energy. It's at the heart of the reading. What we're focused on. Either what we want to achieve right now, what we're focused on, and what we're dealing with. That's present-based. These 2 are present-based energy. There's a lot of present-based energy in my spread because the present is the point of power. These 2, where we are, the advice is how we get into the future. And this feels like a rebirth. This feels like a comeback. You know, that kind of, I'm thinking of Madonna. I know she's a Leo, but you know, that kind of the big comeback where you have a kind of change of who you are. That's what this feels like. Massive. Absolutely massive. I cannot stress that enough. So let's have a look at these 2. So we've got the Fool. Let's talk about the Fool first. The Fool is a leap of faith, but there is nothing in front of the Fool. The Fool doesn't know where she's going. There's no path in front of her. That's the whole point. She's trusting and she's eager for a new experience. That's why it's called a leap of faith. It feels risky because you don't know what you're going ahead to do. And there's very you-based energy coming up here. And what the Fool has faith in then, because you might say, well, how's it a leap of faith? The faith is that I will know what to do. Anything that comes up on this journey, it will be for my highest good. And I will learn from it. I will know what to do with it because I have just finished up a major cycle. There's no maps where we're going with the Fool. It's uncharted territory. It's brand new. And I'm going to say this is big and it's across the whole of your life. It's not just, oh, is it my new relationship? Is it the new job? Is it the new it's not. It's whatever that you may be focused on one thing, Ace of Pentacles, you may be focused on one thing, but it will affect everything. Say, for example, I'll give you an example. That relationship ends, right? Something has to have ended with all of these change cards where there's one ending and there's a new beginning. So that relationship ends. That happened to me back in 2015, actually. Relationship ended. All of a sudden, I was out of work. My finances were messed up. Everything changed. Everything changed because of that one ending. This feels like that. It's going to affect you everywhere. So, but it's a brand new cycle, massive. Now the World coming in says you're out. You've done it. This is Saturnian, and it says this is the completion of the major new cycle. That's why you're stood there at the cliff edge. But why would we need to be reminded of that? Think about that. Why would we need to be reminded of that? I always ask why. Why would this message come up? Because I think a lot of you haven't realized that whatever situations you've been in, you've gained everything that you can out of it. You've learned everything. That doesn't mean you have to physically leave it behind, but it is time now to explore it in a different way, to bring something, and it's massive, and it's, I keep saying, using the word massive and big, because it is. But I wish I could sometimes have energy vision in the reading so that you could feel what I'm feeling. But you've learned it. The world is graduation. It's the victory dance. I've gained everything that I need to. So please trust that wherever you're going, you may not know this yet. You don't know what you know, if that makes sense. You don't know what you know. You will know when you encounter it. So say, for example, you were in a relationship before, however you were treated, and you said, no, I'm not having that, or whatever. Next time you get into a relationship, if something like that comes up, you will know how to address it, because you know that. You don't know you know it. You will know it when you get into that situation. Everything happens in cycles. That's that victory found there. Everything happens in cycles. Or, the job that, no, they started trying to get me to do overtime and stuff at work. I know to put my foot down and say, I'll do the overtime, but I must get paid for it. Like that kind of stuff. You will know it. But that's where the faith comes in, knowing that you have all the information that you need. Now, with the Tower coming up here, though, this could be unexpected, like out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, you're being asked to leap in something. The energy around this is that we don't always feel like we're ready. That might be the thing with this. You may not feel like you're ready for this, but please trust. That's the faith aspect. I am ready. This wouldn't be coming up for me if I wasn't ready for it. The Tower frees us from the devil. The Tower is number 16. The devil is number the Tower is number 16. The devil is number 15. I'm going to say this. I feel like I'm really rushing. The energy feels like that. Come on. Let's go. It's like that. That's why I keep tripping up over my words and I'm not even sure what I'm explaining. It feels like that. And so you may feel like that. Like a time sensitive opportunity, or like, if I don't do this right now, when am I going to do it? Every ounce of confidence that you have, Libra, and I was going to call you Leo for a moment. Every ounce of confidence that you have, that's what's being called for. And it's about doing. This is not, the internal stuff is done. We got the Ace of Cups in the past. So whatever you've been through, if you feel like you've been stuck, if you feel like you keep going through the same lessons again and again, if you're kind of craving a new beginning, like something to happen, all of that was an opportunity for you to figure out what's in my cup. Have I grown emotionally? Have I grown spiritually? What makes me happy? How do I see the potential for my happiness playing out? All of that emotional stuff, you've absolutely done it, Ace of Cups. Now, this might be new feelings for someone, something, a new path with the Ace of Cups coming up there. Aces always hold the potential for the whole suit, but they always begin with us. So the Ace of Cups is, this is how I feel. I'm about to take my cup out into the world. I know my cup is about to get matched. So let me have a look at what's in my cup. And that cup is how we love ourselves, how we feel about ourselves, our inner dialogue. What are you about to do with that? You're about to sow a seed based on the potential that you see in something. And that's why I get it, why the Ace of Cups had to come up there. How can you see the potential for something if you don't have that emotion? You must connect to it emotionally. So a lot of the emotional work, please trust that you have done it. It's a massive confirmation coming in for that, that emotional work has been done. But even just a lot of the messages that came through this month, and I think I've done almost all of them. There's only Scorpio left after you. You're number 11 that I've done this time. And a lot of them are going towards that change or to initiate that change. Yours is change. I mean, I said there's the big 5. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. I still have more clarifiers to pull. I wonder if death will come out somewhere. That's that's a done deal then. With the Tower, we can have Stockholm syndrome with that. What do I mean by that? It's our prison. The Tower is our prison, but it's so comfortable. It's the gilded cage. We love it there. So we're there, and because it falls apart, so it could be a relationship that's been holding us back, a job that's been holding us back, something that's been holding us back, a way of thinking that's been holding us back. But we're liberated from that. It's shocking and we need to act on it immediately. That's why it's a lightning strike. But it is time. So what do you see the potential in? The Ace of Pentacles. Well, Pentacles is our physical realities. This is something that we are physically doing, physically beginning. It can be a new way of earning money. I mean, Pentacles govern our physical bodies. our homes, our possessions, income, savings, our jobs, right? It's relationships even. But it's something that we are physically ready to commit to. And that's what the Ace of Pentacles is. With Pentacles, it takes commitment. It's earth energy. It's slow building. And because we're going to really build something in our lives, that's the acorn. So it's the commitment to get that acorn, from the acorn to the oak tree. But this is where we see the potential for it. Now think about it. If I gave you an acorn, which is what you have here, and you know what that acorn is. If I give you that acorn, if you just hold it in your hand, or if you put it in your pocket or put it in a drawer, it's not going to grow into anything. So this is where you look at that acorn and think, all right, I've got an acorn here. I want that oak tree. Let me go pick out a spot in the garden. Let me go, make a hole, plant it, grow this thing, water it. I commit to getting that acorn to the oak tree. Whether it's that relationship you're committed to now growing it, whether it's that job, the business, whatever it is. Are you not sure who to be? Are you not sure how to bring those elements of yourself together? Because there's a number of things that come through, and this is probably why I'm going to try to, because it's going to work out in different ways for many of you. So for some of you, these people, you're the Queen of Wands. Maybe you want to work with the King of Wands, or whatever. But you've got King of Pentacles. Where's the Queen of Pentacles to go with that the King of Pentacles? And so this might be that everyone's got their own idea of how we do things. And so there's conflict, and there's we can't do that. We have to pick one path, one way of doing things, right? I would say with the Hierophant coming up there in the Fool, the new way, the way that's not been explored before, is the way to go forward. The other thing with the Two of Swords, if there's going to be a discussion in this over what gets weight, he comes in to make it happen. So trust that you know how to make it happen. He's also very committed, this guy. This is how we make it happen. But what are we making happen? These two are the ones that decide that. Because if you have a look at her, she's blindfolded. And Pentacles energy, Earth energy, is always focused on what they can see. What do we have to work with? The physical reality, right? She can't see the physical reality yet. Hers is from inside. What is it that I feel? What is it that I'm passionate about? These two are going to be good at that. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what we could do. This is how we can best bring that to light. So I would say, yeah, the passion, that's a good place to start. But where are we going with that? Where are we going with that? And that's the decision that must be made. And Libra, I want to say this to you, because the thing with the Two of Swords, lady, if you have a look at her, she's got the two swords there. You cannot hold those two swords forever. We cannot please everyone. And I know that's your natural inclination, is to try to keep the balance, let's compromise. And you can't do that. In this scenario, there has to be one truth that we pick. And in that sense, we've got the Ace of Cups, feelings. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, what we could grow here. But what is needed is the Ace of Swords, if you think about it, the two swords. We need to pick one sword. And so that's the only way. And when she picks one sword, she can drop one. Then she can remove the blindfold. Then the King of Pentacles can come in and we can build this strong. I'm guessing it's pretty overwhelming for you. You might have a lot of ideas on what to do. There may be a lot of people involved in the situation. Or you're not even sure about different aspects of yourself. Like a part of you just wants to go in and do the fun stuff, the Wands people, right? But another part of you is that, yeah, this is a great idea, but I need to make it financially viable, or it has to give something back. There must be something that we're building here, or there's no point in doing this. So there's a lot of things to take into consideration, but please trust that you can do it. The key thing that has been missing up until this point has been commitment. Now, what is commitment? Showing up every day and doing it. Having a schedule, doing that, we are in this relationship. That's not questioning that, are we in this relationship or not? It's deciding once and for all, yes, we are in this relationship. But these are the ground rules. This is what we need here. Or if it's for business, it's like, look, this is the vision. This is the core motto of our business, of the work, the project, whatever we're working on. And this is how we build it. But it's so big, guys, that this is going to be a bigger change in your life. And it's the energy that you show up with. It's the energy that you show up with. Now, what happens once you make that decision? What happens once we come to a decision? What happens once all of us can agree, or you understand that I'm going to have to incorporate my Wands energy and my Pentacles energy, and we have all the court cards within us. That's why I never go by the signs for the court cards. That doesn't mean it's fire energy. Could be. I mean, you'd know that yourself. But we all have that within us. The signs don't own the cards. They lend the characteristics to it. There is a strong Taurus energy coming up here with King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. That's another Venus ruled sign. But the decision is now. No more compromise. Let's just lay our cards, no pun intended, lay our cards out on the table. Because once you do that, and I kind of feel like your hand will be forced, those arms start cramping here with that tower coming in. It's that revelation of, look, we can't play it safe. There's no playing it safe with this energy. And it is safe. You know, it feels risky with the Fool coming up. I understand that. But the King and Queen of Wands, yes, they can take risks. Yes, they kind of go for it because they're all about, we can do this now. Let's take action on this. But I love that stabilizing influence of the King of Pentacles, because he's going to be very much about, right, this is how we do this. This is how we make this work. He has mastery in that, and so do you if it's coming up. You have access to that energy. Once we decide, though, once we make that decision, taking all of that into consideration, then what happens? Then the rebirth happens. Then the transformation happens. And I want to say this to you. And I kind of get why. I've got a feeling for some of you, I know it makes it sound like you have multiple personality disorder, but I always talk about the inner team, and it is kind of that energy. This is one aspect of us must die. Not literally, obviously, it's not a literal death, but have a look at these people. They're rising up from their graves. This is darkening up the soul energy. It's the ending of that. It's where we come out and say, you know what? This is, I've done with that life. Judgment also calls for a big decision. And I get it. I understand this. You may be like observing and having conversations right now, or maybe even not having those conversations, because you know it's going to lead to a big decision, a massive decision. But with judgment, it's a judgment call, but we make that judgment call without judgment. That's why it's a card of forgiveness. We draw a line under the past. We look back at the review. We think, okay, I did the best that I knew at that time. I did the best that I could with what I knew. They did the best they could with what they knew. They didn't do it to me. They did it for themselves. I may have been roadkill on their journey, but whatever, I forgive. And 9 times out of 10, the person that we need to forgive is ourselves. And, you know, have a look. The Ace of Cups says that was all needed for you to understand how you feel, to understand what you have in your cup. Now you're ready for that rebirth. Now this is the phoenix rising up from the ashes. And I love it when the judgment card comes up with either the King or Queen of Wands, and we got both of them. This is a second chance. If you are happy to go through with massive changes, and I mean literally, I don't care if you've been together for 20 years in that relationship. If you can come and say, hi, I'm Jay, nice to meet you, and take it from that energetic point, this can change. There can be a rebirth. It doesn't have to die. So that's in existing situations. Or, you know, at work, you show up and you maybe take a new job or take a new title there. You might have been in that company for 20 years, but you show up fresh. You might be the boss now, but you show up as a brand new person. Doesn't matter what the preconceived notions are. But why judgment is so big is because it changes everything. We must kill off that old life that we had so we can live that new life. That's how that rebirth happens. Another 4. This, you may have heard me say this before. We cannot serve 2 masters. Now, what does that mean? I'll give you an example. I don't get it that much because since I've started talking about it, I don't really get it that much. But what I used to get a lot as a reader for personal readings was, I want, in my spiritual journey, I want peace and happiness, right? I want peace and happiness. So for you, it would be balance. But I want growth and change. And I'm like, you understand that for growth and change to happen, that all of that lies outside of our comfort zone. And by definition, we are going to feel uncomfortable when we come out of our comfort zone. So if you want everything to be easy and comfortable, then you're not looking at growth and change. Those are 2 different masters that you have there. And maybe that's what these 2 are showing us here. He's all about, let's go, let's do this, let's create this, let's start this new, let's be passionate, inspired, we're going to take action on it. And he's like, well, whoa, hold on a second. Where's the guarantee? What's the long? They're not. He's short term. He's long term. He's what can we do right now? This is the plan. They can work amazingly well together, but they each have a time for when they can do that. Right? He comes up first and says, this is what we're going to do. He shows up with the commitment, and that's all of that is within you. You can use that energy. It's coming up in your reading. It's your message. But if you're trying to keep everyone happy, keep the balance, that's not going to work. The Four of Pentacles means if you want to hold on to what you have, great, you can do that. But in this situation, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Even if it's something tiny, we begin with something tiny. What is it? That fortune favors the brave or something. But is that kind of an energy coming up? You will be brave in this. It's going to be jumping. You may have people questioning you. You're going out of tradition. What your family taught you, what society's taught you, what you've learned or something. But it's something you're going outside of that. You don't need anyone else to believe in you. You didn't get anyone else in this reading. Do you believe in it? Do you believe in it? Because that's the Four of Pentacles person. They remain stuck because they think, I don't have anything to give to this. Page of Pentacles says we can give something to this. The Page of Pentacles it represents a token. So if you want that massive business that you're looking at, the Page of Pentacles is the website, and you show up every day and work on your website. Or I want this long-term marriage with this person. Then the Page of Pentacles is, right, we want to get married. So that would be the token of the engagement ring, that kind of commitment to one another. Or I want that home, and I want this to be the home that's there for generations. Right, then we need to sign that contract, that piece of paper. It is a token of what it is that we are looking to create. Seriously, I mean, for some of you, this is where your life actually begins. It doesn't matter if you're 18 or 80. All right, my lovelies, I will see you next time. That's all for now. Goodbye.